And the Japanese invasion of Manchuria created a serious threat to the security of the Soviet Union. On the occasion of the commemoration of the important historical events of almost a century ago, an extraordinary exhibition was organized in Moscow. Let's see.
Rare photographs and documents are on display at the Victory Museum in Moscow. Little is known about this military conflict that some Japanese historians even call the Second Russian-Japanese War. The conflict began with demands from the Japanese side to recognize the Jelgin-Gol River as the border between the Manchukuo puppet state and Mongolia, although the border extended 20 to 25 kilometers to the east.
The objective was to create a springboard in this territory for a further advance into China and the occupation and exploitation of the Soviet Far East and Siberia.
As part of the USSR-Mongolia Mutual Assistance Protocol, Soviet troops were sent to the Jelgin-Gol River area. In addition, Japan raised the slogan of expanding its empire as far as Lake Baikal. Military operations began in May 1939 and continued until the end of August. One of the key roles as a military strategist was played by the future Victory Marshal Georgy Zhukov. It was he, who at the time was a division commander, who devised a plan to encircle the Japanese army.
The methods used in the military operations that Zhukov undertook in Jelgin-Gol were used during the Great Patriotic War against Hitler's Germany.
The Jelgin-Gol conflict became a real test of strength for the Soviet army. The fighting took place both on the ground and in the air. By the end of August, the Japanese already found themselves surrounded by a dense ring of Soviet and Mongolian troops. The final battle took place at the end of August, lasted 6 days, and ended with the total defeat of the Kwantum Army. The armistice between the USSR and Japan was concluded on September 15, 1939.
Zhukov showed himself to the country's top army leaders as a person capable of making decisions and taking responsibility. He was technically versed and capable of carrying out operational camouflage. These are the three foundations on which any good industrial-era military relies.
In general, we treated the people, the cadets, like in the schools, and we taught them single combat. And here for the first time there were group battles and with an opponent who had a lot of experience. After all, few of us went through Spain. But the Japanese have been fighting since 1931, that is, they have been fighting for 8 years.
The victory of the USSR and Mongolia at Jelgin-Gol became one of the main reasons for Japan's refusal to attack the USSR before the beginning of the Great Patriotic War. And then the decision was made to wait until Germany was sure of winning. The plan developed by the Japanese for an offensive military campaign against the USSR was never implemented, although the USSR still maintained considerable forces for defense in the Far East in the event of a Japanese invasion.
teleSUR, Moscú.